Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm your host, and yeah, I'm really excited for what we're exploring today. Get ready, because it's going to unlock a really important tool, something that'll help you share your stories, your experiences, like right away.
And I'm thrilled to be here too. Today, like you said, we're taking a deep dive. It's chapter 11 of your English course.
Yeah.
Our main goal really is to make the simple past tense, well, not just clear, but genuinely useful, so
Yeah.
you can talk about everything that's happened in your life.
That's exactly right. It's such a core part of how we chat every single day. And for those of you who've been following along, we've built up a pretty strong foundation, right? We've covered chapters 1 through 10 in our past deep dives, covered everything from the verb to be to present tenses, describing your world, lots of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And this deep dive, it really builds on all of that. We're moving forward, step by step.
Oh, and just a heads up for next time. Our next session will be focusing on chapter 12, specifically the simple past tense of the verb to be, was and were. So that's what's coming up. Good to know. Okay, so let's jump right into it then. Chapter 11, it's all about the simple past tense. When we say simple past tense, what exactly, what are we talking about?
Well, okay, put simply, it's how we talk about actions or events that happened and finished before right now. Think about it. If you want to tell someone about your day yesterday or what you did last weekend, or maybe even a fun story from when you were a kid, you need the simple past. It's like your narrative engine, right? Helps you build a clear timeline for your listeners. Makes your stories easy to follow, easy to understand.
Okay, got it. Essential for telling stories. So how do we actually form this past tense? For most verbs, I mean, what's the main rule there?
Right. So for most verbs, the ones we call regular verbs, it's usually pretty straightforward. Good news, we just add ed to the end of the verb. That's the basic idea. Like if you look at your vocabulary list, call becomes called. So you could say, I called my parents after work yesterday.
Call.
Yeah. Or work becomes worked. Like she worked at the coffee shop all morning. And watch becomes watched. They watched a really funny movie last night. It's mostly about adding that ed sound, or just the ad, if the verb already ends in e.
Okay, that sounds simple enough for the regular ones. Add ed, but I know English loves its exceptions. What about those verbs that, don't play by the rules? The irregulars.
Yes, the irregular verbs. You're right, they don't follow that nice ed rule.
Yeah.
They change in a special way, a unique way, and honestly, you just kind of need to learn them as you go, memorize them. But the good news is, many of them are super common verbs. So you'll hear them and use them a lot, which definitely helps you remember. For example, go completely changes, becomes went.
Went.
Right?
Right.
We went to the park last Sunday. Or eat becomes ate. Like he ate dinner very quickly.
Yeah.
And see transforms into saw. Saw a friend at the supermarket this morning. Ooh, these are really, really common ones you'll run into all the time.
Okay, so we have regular ed verbs and these irregular ones like went, ate, saw. Once we have that past form, how do we build a simple sentence? Just to say something positive, like I did something.
Right, for positive statements.
Yeah.
We call them affirmative sentences. It's simple. You just use the past tense verb right after the subject.
Yeah.
For example, I played soccer yesterday. See, subject I, past verb played. Or she called her father last night. Subject she, past verb called. Pretty direct.
Okay, nice and straightforward. But what if we want to say something didn't happen? How do we make negative sentences?
Oh, that's a great question. Because this is where sometimes learners get a little bit mixed up. It's important. For negative sentences in the simple past, we use a helper. The helping verb did not, which, usually shortens to didn't. Now, the really crucial part is this. After didn't, the main verb goes back to its base form, the original form, without the ed or the irregular change.
Ah, okay, so not didn't played.
Exactly, not didn't played. It's, I didn't play soccer yesterday. Or, he didn't wake up late this morning. See how play and wake up are in their base form? Didn't does the job of showing its past tense.
That's a really, really key point. Base form after didn't. Good reminder. So following that logic, if we want to ask a question about the past, how does that work?
Very similarly, actually. We use did again, but this time we put it at the beginning of the sentence. And just like with negatives, the main verb that follows did, well, it also stays in its base form.
Okay, so base form again.
Yep, base form again. So you would ask, did you play soccer yesterday? Not, did you play?
Great.
Or, did she call her father last night?
Once you get comfortable using didn't and did with the base form, it really helps you express when actions happen. It adds so much detail, so much clarity to your conversations. Okay, this is great. We've got the rules down now, I think. Regulars, irregulars, positives, negatives, questions. So let's see how this all comes to life. You mentioned we have some great stories from the course material, stories that show the simple past in action.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's look at those. They really illustrate it well. Let's start with a story called Selling the House. It's about the Thompson family. They had a very, very busy week. They wanted to sell their house, so they fixed it up. They worked hard getting it ready.
Right, I remember this one. And everyone pitched in, which is nice. So, Mr. Thompson, let's see, he painted the walls and he changed the carpet inside, and then outside he fixed the front steps and the backyard fence. Lots of work.
Definitely.
And Mrs. Thompson, she cleaned the kitchen cabinets and she mopped and waxed the kitchen floor. Wow. She also planted some nice flowers in the garden.
Making it look nice.
Yeah. And the kids helped too. Mary and Carl Thompson, they vacuumed the dining room and the living room. They also rearranged the furniture. That's a big job. And upstairs, they helped change wallpapers and they cleaned the bathrooms. Oh, and Carl also fixed the treehouse and cut the grass. Busy family.
You can really picture it, can't you? It took them a whole week, but they finished everything. And the result, their house looked absolutely amazing. You can really see how all those past tense verbs, painted, changed, fixed, cleaned, planted, vacuumed, rearranged, helped, cut, took, finished, looked. They just work together, both regular and irregular ones. Like took, they tell the story step by step.
Totally. Okay, and there's another story too, right? What a difficult week. Poor Brad. This one's about him having a really tough week because he got sick.
Yes, poor Brad. His week was quite an ordeal. Let's trace it. On Monday, the story says, he had a fever. Simple past of have. Then on Tuesday, the fever gave in. That means it got better, thankfully, but then he started to cough. Oh no. So what did he do? He took cough syrup, he ate warm soup, and he drank hot honey lemon tea. Trying to feel better.
Sounds like the right stuff to do.
Yeah. Then Wednesday, he woke up without a cough. Good. But then he got a sore throat. Ugh. So he continued to drink tea and took some aspirin. Thursday, he felt better in the morning, but in the afternoon, he got a headache and a backache. So he stretched and took painkillers.
Man, this week just wouldn't let up for him.
I know, right? But finally, by Friday, he didn't feel sick anymore. Good news. He didn't have a cough or a fever or a headache or backache. He was clear.
That's great. Finally.
But, there's a but. He was very tired. And why? Because he didn't sleep well during the week. Understandable.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can really see, again, like with the Thompsons, how using the simple past just lays out the story. Event by event. What happened first, what happened next, right up until he recovered. It's perfect for sequences like that.
Exactly. So thinking about these stories, what does this all mean for you, our listener, as you're practicing your English?
Right. This means it's your turn to apply this. We really, really encourage you to use the simple past tense to talk about your own life, your own experiences. You don't have to tell a huge story right away. Start simple, start small, and just build from there.
Absolutely. And you can use the questions from your course material as practice. They're perfect for this. Try answering them out loud. Or maybe write down your answers. Questions like, what did you have for lunch yesterday? Simple, right, but great practice. Or what did you do last weekend? Right? Maybe, where did you go on your last vacation? Think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just practicing these simple questions and answers, it really helps build your confidence. You start using the past tense naturally for real conversations, and soon you'll be telling your own amazing stories, and people will understand exactly when all those cool things happened. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We really dove into the simple past tense today, chapter 11. We learned how to form it, mostly by adding ade for regular verbs, and we talked about those common irregular ones you just need to learn, like went, ate, saw. We also saw how to use didn't plus the base verb for negative sentences.
Right, negatives. And did plus the base verb for questions. Always remembering that crucial base form for the main verb in those cases. And all this, it just helps us talk clearly about things that happened and finished in the past, sharing our experiences.
Perfectly put.
And remember, next time we'll dive into chapter 12. That's where we'll learn about the simple past tense of to be, was and were. It's super important for talking about past situations and feelings, too.
Definitely looking forward to that. So as you go about your day, here's something for you to think about, a little reflection. Think about your own past week. What's one thing you did that you're proud of? And maybe, what did you learn from doing it?
Great thought to end on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this deep dive today.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.